In these next problems, we're looking at something called exponential growth. Let's look at this first one. It says, a scientist found that the number of bacteria in a culture doubled every hour. If there were 3,500 bacteria at 8 a.m., how many bacteria were there at 3 p.m.? And, in this case, instead of trotting out some fancy formula, I think I just might make a little chart. So here's 8 o'clock, and it's doubling every hour, so I'm just going to write the hours, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. And we start with 3,500, and we're going to double it every hour. So let's go ahead and do that. So 3,500 times 2, so 7,000, times 2 is going to be 14, thousand, and then 28,000, and then 56,000, and then 112,000, and then 224,000, and finally, at 3 o'clock, 448,000. So that's doubling every hour. A neat experiment you can do on your own if you want is you could see what would happen if somebody hired you and said, I'll pay you a penny on the first day of a month, and then every day thereafter I'll double your wages, and figure out how much money you'd earn by the end of 1 month of working that way. See if you can figure out whether that would be a good deal or not such a good deal. All right, let's look at another one here. This one says, Gregory deposited $2,900 in an account that earns 8% interest compounded annually. And there's a couple of parts here. A says, write an equation that expresses the amount of money in the account as a function of n, where n equals the number of years since the original deposit was made. And B, use the equation in A and a calculator to determine how much money will be in the account after 20 years. And this is an important one to know. This will come up again and again. So our basic equation for interest that's compounded annually is the amount is the beginning amount, which I'm going to call A sub 0, times 1 plus the rate raised to the number of years. So that's our basic formula for interest compounded annually. So let's go ahead and plug our numbers in here. We start with $2,900. So A equals 2,900 times 1 plus R. Well, what's the rate here? The rate is 8%. And of course, you need to convert that from percent to a decimal. So we move the decimal place 2 places to the left there. So 1 plus 0.08 is 1.08. And then the N, how many years are we doing? 20 years. So what happens if you have $2,900 and you earn 8% interest for 20 years? Well, let's find out. So the first thing I'm going to do with my calculator is take 1.08 and raise it to the 20 power. So 1.08, y to the x, 20 equals, and then we're going to multiply that by the 2,900. And we have 13,516 and let's say 78 cents. So that's a lot of money.